So what I think is missing, but something that Make Seconds Count are addressing, is knowledge. I didn't know what secondary breast cancer was. Make Seconds Count are getting that message out, and they have just released a postcard which has got the signs and symptoms of secondary breast cancer on it. Something that people can hand out, give to friends, take along to their GP and say, I'm actually worried I've got all these signs and symptoms, hand the postcard to the GP. And that in itself, again, is recognising the importance of secondary breast cancer and the importance of getting that message out there. So I would encourage everybody, if you can, email in to Make Seconds Count, get these postcards and start distributing them out. Tell everybody what the signs and symptoms are. The earlier we're diagnosed, even with secondaries, the better our diagnosis can be.
I think what's missing to help raise awareness of secondary breast cancer is when you're diagnosed with primary breast cancer, you need to really be given the red flags to know what to look for. And I think that's critical, because sometimes you have a primary diagnosis, you get the treatment and you think you're finished, and nobody then actually sort of warns you what to look out for. And I think people need to be aware that 30% of people who are diagnosed with primary breast cancer will go on to have secondary breast cancer, and that's a huge number, and we need to make sure that people are educated and they know what to look out for, so that they can be aware of, you know, what might happen and have that information, because power is knowledge at the end of the day.
I think there's more that we could do to raise awareness about secondary breast cancer. Probably two approaches in my opinion. The first one is to make the general public aware that breast cancer is the biggest killer in the UK of women under the age of 50. I think that's a statistic that people should know about and should be aware of, particularly nowadays where we've got a lot of statistics on COVID that are happening. It'd be great to see that. A lot of these women have got young families, and yeah, we absolutely need more done to highlight that. And I think for breast cancer patients, they need to be aware of the signs and symptoms of what secondary breast cancer can look like when cancer returns. There needs to be more information given out there. It's very, very frightening. I get that for people that have had, you know, primary and come through it. But with 1 in 3 women going on to develop secondary breast cancer, that information needs to be shared so people know what they're looking for.
What do I think is missing in raising awareness? I think it's just a public understanding of what secondary breast cancer actually is. It's very different from a primary breast cancer. You can be cured of primary breast cancer, whereas secondary breast cancer is sadly incurable. Yes, you can live well with it. I'm testament to that 5 years on, still here. But it needs more awareness of actually what secondary breast cancer is, what that means for patients that have secondary breast cancer, and we need more people in the public eye to acknowledge secondary breast cancer. And I would really, really like to have more than one day dedicated to it, particularly in the October month of breast cancer awareness. I think we deserve more than one day. So yeah, we just need to talk louder about it and make people understand what it's like to actually have secondary breast cancer.